to go and confirm that the profession name is properly set up for family, so give me one moment. Yeah, everything looks good here. So what was the issue that you were having with the import?
My developer said when they were importing it that it was creating blank listings, like null type listings where there's nothing being imported, and there was also duplicating.
Okay. So I got rid of two possible causes. So the name and the first name and the last name, it's only necessary to import the name. You don't need all three of these.
Okay.
So that'll cause issues oftentimes. So I'm going to delete the first name and the last name. And since the emails are blank, I'm going to also delete the email since the system's going to automatically create an email for those.
Okay. Now that email, if we have that email in there, is that going to be like an email that will show on their publicly available listing, or will that be an email?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
The way it works is the software will auto-create an email for each member. So it'll be, I'm going to look at what's your domain here? It's, lawyerfinder.com. So it'll do like 123 at lawyerfinder.com, 124 at lawyerfinder.com, and so forth. So it just creates random emails because it needs an email. And then when someone claims the listing, then at that point they're prompted to pick a plan which requires them to update their email address.
Okay.
No one ever sees this record. It's only for your eyes in the database itself.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and save this file. Everything looks good. Yeah, everything looks good. Here, do you see how this the fourth row does not have a company name?
Yeah.
If you're going to import this, the difference between company and individual is when you're doing a search result, the company name displays instead of the profile, instead of the name of the person. Okay. So oftentimes with lawyers, they prefer their names to show up than the name of their company. If I'm Erica and I'm paying to have a listing, even though I work for that law office, I'd much rather see my name show up in search results than the company's name. So that's a question you'll have to answer, how you want to set that up. But if there is no name for the company, I would then change this from company to individual. As such.
Okay, so we should segment our CSV files out by the ones that have how we want it uploaded. If there's no company name, we'll have it uploaded as an individual. And then, okay.
The way I would do it is I would sort them from A to Z. Mm-hmm. Like this, I would do, like let's say I had 50,000 records. I would sort these from A to Z, and then I would quickly scroll down to all the ones that are blank and make all those individuals, and everything that isn't blank, make it company. So it could really just take a few seconds to set that up.
Okay.
It should all be in the same file. You can import it all at once.
Okay. Now, when we're importing this list, we've been scraping like San Diego, Los Angeles, or whatnot. Can we just put that all together in one big file, upload it, and it'll segment it off by city?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
You should. Yeah. The best thing for even for us to help, right, is for all of it to be on one file. Because here I am doing all the work for you, and then you have to redo it over and over and over again.
Correct.
So I'm going to make sure to send the CSV file over to you. But if you're asking us, hey, have a quick look at this. That's the best way to go about it.
Okay.
Right? If there's some strange formatting issues, then in that case, there's tricks to how to resolve that as well.
Okay.
But we'll cover that later. But I'm going to go ahead and try to import this. It's only 5 records. I believe it will go over well.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and save this file. I'll put it on my desktop temporarily. Okay. Family. I'm going to come here to your admin. I'm going to select import. Whoops, import members. My apologies. I click on members, import members. So the last member is, I always like to take a screenshot of the last member before an import. I'll tell you why. Because the member ID, it's important to be able to know what that member ID is.
Okay.
So you know when the last, so you know what the last member was. So that the ID is 4331. So let's say you're importing 17,000 listings, right? Or even 800, and there's something wrong with the import, then you can run a MySQL command and say delete all members greater than 4331. So you know what your reference point is.
Okay, and I can do those query deletes like that from the back end, or is that something we have to contact you guys to do?
Yeah, that you could do it. You could do it right here. If you don't, let me see if you have access to this. I'll give it to you real quick. If you don't,
Okay.
have you worked with MySQL before?
My developer has. I haven't.
Oh, great, great. So which admin would you like me to grant that to?
Admin
I have.
1.
Admin 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So what this is going to do, Adam, is it's going to give you these two icons to the cPanel and the MySQL. So you'll
Okay.
have quick access to both. So for example, if I wanted to run in MySQL, I'll click here. It'll open up in a new tab automatically. And there you go.
Nice.
So here's your database. And I can go down in the folder that matters is users data. So if I scroll all the way down and I see users data, this is all of your users data. I click on browse. And then if I go to MySQL right here, I can go ahead and create a command.
Okay.
Your developer will be able to do that, no problem.
Perfect.
I recommend, of course, if you're going to do something like that, to run a full backup. Have him do a full backup of your directory before he goes in deleting any kind of mass data, just in case. It's always best then you can do that in your control panel.
Okay.
Have a physical copy.
Perfect.
All right. So off the members I go. Let's give this a try and see how it goes. So I'm going to click on import members. Which level would you like me to import them into? Claim?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say if the email already exists, allow multiples. And I do not want to create new categories because that means if I'm doing that, I didn't do the import properly. You shouldn't be creating categories because that can cause havoc, especially if you're importing sublevels incorrectly.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose the file. Leave it as family. There it is. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to upload members now. And if for any reason this didn't import properly, then I'm going to look deeper into that file and see if there's a formatting issue. So here are the 5 members I just imported. Catherine all the way to Kathy. Looking at the file. Let me
Okay.
see. Catherine to Kathy. And we'll go ahead and click on profile. And it seems like all the information was imported properly. Proper address here. Okay, and everything went in just fine. Would you agree?
Yes. Now, if we wanted to upload, let's say that whatever person was on there, can we add multiple top-level categories and sub-level categories to the CSV file?
Yes.
So
yes.
let's say we wanted to
Now,
upload it for family.
What
Do
you
you,
can't,
Go ahead.
what you can't do, you cannot import one member into 2 top-level categories. That's not possible. Now, for people who have law directories or any directory where it's possible that a member may want to do that, let me show you what it's like to be a member. I'm sure you've done this, but I'm going to take you to one specific place.
okay.
This here best describes you. This is their top level category. As you can see, I can only select one.
So if
Now,
go ahead.
now, if that's something that isn't useful for your members, which is quite possible, because I'm assuming lawyers specialize in different fields, the solution then becomes to make your top level categories sub-level categories, and you enter the top level category law or lawyer. Now, on the home page, it's not necessary to make this a drop down. Right? We can make this your sub levels, and we can make these your sub levels. but make the top level hidden, so no one would ever have to select law or lawyer. It would just be something to do so that your members are able to select health and family law, for example.
Okay, so we get rid of the top level and we just have sub and sub level. Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly. But there's a very, very, very important thing that must be clear. First of all, do you have any subs currently? It doesn't seem as though you do.
We don't have any sub levels yet because we've been trying to get this set up, but we're going to have sub levels from our top levels, which in that case would be sub levels of the sub levels.
Okay, so here's the only rule that you need to abide by.
Okay.
Is make sure no sub-levels have the same name.
Okay.
Why? Because when we do the import, Adam, they're all going to be imported under services. The software doesn't care if it's a sub or a sub-sub. So if you have two subs with the same name, during the import process, the moment it finds a folder with the same name, it's going to say this is where it belongs, and on to the next member it goes.
Okay.
So as long as your subs and sub-subs have unique names, then you're not going to have any problems with importing.
Okay. Can you mark up that file right there, what we would need for the sub and sub-subs for the column header, so we have that?
So the first step, and I'll help you with this as part of the training you're getting.
Okay.
I'll help you import the categories.
Okay.
So you get me your category. The first step is categories. Why? Because by importing your set of categories, all right, and I'll give you an example of what that would look like right now. Well, the top level would be law, and then here you have your family, and then here, I don't know,
Divorce.
sub
Whatever.
sub 1, sub 2, and then here you would have divorce, and then you'd have sub 1, and so forth. This is what a category import looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing to do before the members is to import the category. Why? Because when we're importing the members afterwards, we're telling it do not create additional categories. This is how we can guarantee that a member will properly be dropped into the proper sub-level categories and sub-level categories.
Okay.
If we do not do it that way, the software is just going to create all of your sub-subs as subs. That's obviously not what you want.
No. Okay, so once we get the sub and sub-subs figured out, I can send a CSV file over to you at that point, and we can get one structured up correctly so we know exactly how it's supposed to look.
Exactly. And then I'll help you. Once you give me this category structure, I'll import the category structure for you. And then the next step is you'll send me one file, just like you did here, and I'll get it all nice and ready for you. I mean, you might as well send me as large of a file as you can.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of work for me, right?
Correct.
And I'll help format it for you, and I'll do a test import. And if I'll import it successfully, and when it's imported successfully, then I'll send you the file and say this is the file that I used, and this is exactly how it was set up, and then you should be good to go from there.
Okay. Now, if we let's say what we want to do is upload these files and then call these customers and have them claim their listings, and we want to be in the back end, like edit it. So let's say we just upload them for divorce attorneys or whatnot, and let's say when we call, like, we ask them what categories they want to be under. Is there an easy way back in the settings feature where we can look at them and edit the categories on the fly from there?
Yeah, so if I'm calling my lawyers, right, I'm calling a member. Let's say I'm calling Michael Raymond as an example. But before I give him a call, I'm going to quickly in the database go to members, and I'll just make sure I have him set up here. I'll find him in the database, and here he is. And what I'll do is I'll log in when I call him. I say, hi Michael, so right now we have you listed as a divorce lawyer. Is that the law that you specialize in? No, I specialize in family law and whatever other kind of law. Sorry, I'm not familiar with the industry. So you go, okay, not a problem, sir, and you go ahead and you would check those boxes off on the fly.
Okay.
While he's talking to me on the phone. Logged in as the member, of course, and that's how you go about doing that. It'd be much faster than going into the database and doing you don't want, as much as you can, you want to avoid going into these two areas. That should be for an advanced user. It's much, much better for you to log in as a member to update their information as if you were the member.
Correct.
The only updating you're doing in the database with your members on the fly is clicking edit here and say, all right, Michael, well, I've gone ahead and I've changed your membership level to premium level. Thank you for whatever, right? You're just letting them know that and your password is ABCD1234. So I went ahead and I changed that, and your username is now adam@lawyer.com.
Okay, so when I do that right there, when I change it in there for like their custom categories or whatever they're under, and I update that, will that automatically change it from showing the claim listing? Will it automatically make it a claim listing?
The only way you change it from a claim listing is by clicking edit here and manually changing it from one level to the other.
Okay, so if I do all that inside, I can send them an email like, here's your listing, go click claim listing.
It'll still be a claim listing, correct, sir.
Okay, and now when they click on that claim listing, I have a few different, I gotta go in there and set up the structures, but I have like featured and premium. But if you go to that listing and click the claim listing, it just shows the basic and featured still. So how do I get the ones I haven't kind of set up to show up there as opposed to that?
So what should be showing here?
If you go back to the dashboard, I've got the member, the category, or the featured and the premium set up in the back end.
Gotcha. So you would go here. You would go to. Well, let me just confirm. I'll do so. If you're not familiar with this, the most valuable thing in the admin is clicking on View Visit Website. Because what that does is it gives you this admin bar on the left.
Okay.
So then you're able, when you click on Show Widgets, you're able to identify where are all these widgets. I want to change the main menu. Where is the main menu? I want to change this. Where is this?
Oh, nice.
These are all widgets. So if you want to change this 1, 2, 3, or you want to change this box, or you want to change this, you just got to click on this red box, and it'll open up that widget. And you go in
Perfect.
and edit that. So that's super important to know. So I'm going to log out as this member, because while I'm logged in, I can't access the pricing page. Now I'm going to go to list your company, and I want to see what's being called. So I was scrolling down here, and I see that this is the pricing page main menu. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to find the widget, so I'm going to click Customize. Here it is. I now click Edit. Look at the code, and it's going to tell me, pricing menu. I need to go to the menu. So the pricing menu and the main menu are in the menu managers, which are here.
Okay.
So I'll repeat that. The pricing menu and the main menu, you edit them here.
Okay.
In the menu manager. So as you can see, here's the pricing menu, and this is how you edit the pricing menu. And you add it, and you can change the information here, change the prices, link it to different levels.
Okay.
You can add additional levels if you like.
Okay. Perfect. Now on those, can I have it switch over from monthly to yearly option where they can click on monthly and then yearly?
Yeah, you can set them up however you like.
Okay.
When you do click in the membership levels, you are able to tell the software, for example, I want a monthly and a yearly, right? The semi-yearly is not going to display right now, just for you to know. But the preferred payment type is yearly. What does that mean? It means that
it'll be auto toggled for the yearly.
Exactly. It's going to select that for the member. See? Oh, you have it as it does show. Oh, that's fantastic. My apologies.
Perfect.
I've updated that. That's
okay.
Cool.
All right, that looks good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else I got right this second. Now that we got that figured out, and we got the MySQL access, so we can go in there and just delete them as he sees fit instead of trying to go through all of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If it's a matter of wiping out the database, you can always ask us to do that. It's even quicker. I'm able to wipe it out with a click of a button for you. So if you ever have that request, especially now, I can go ahead and do that for you. It will just take me a second.
Yeah, go ahead and wipe it clean.
All right, I'll do that right now. Of course, I'm just wiping out the members.
Yeah.
not anything else. Okay, I'm going to go down here. All right, and you have 0 members.
Perfect.
Adam, so just to summarize, you're going to send me your category structure, and you're going to, and once I've imported the category structure, you're then going to send me one CSV file. I will help you parse that CSV file. I will do the import for you successfully, and once that's been imported successfully, I will then send you that file for you to mimic for future imports.
Sounds good.
All right, Adam, I look forward to getting those categories. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
All right, thanks, sir. Have a good one.
All right, thank you. Bye.